Watch out, COVID-19. Watch out, Deep State and Jade Helm 15, and watch out, Tiger King on Netflix. Truth Point is back, and we're here to slap you in the fucking mouth. I am your truth boss for this evening by the name of Dril. I am the most consistently tortured content creator on the face of the earth. You know what they called me the other day? You know what they called me in the DMs? They said, hey pussy. He said, hey pussy. And I don't even respond to it, you know? I delete it, move on. That's what I do. Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Well, why you start off the show with this, like, you just immediately make yourself sound like a pussy. You just immediately start complaining about people calling you a pussy. I mean, you don't even...
On my own show, people. On my own show. I'm attacked on my own show.
This is not your show. This is a property of a mega corporation. We're just employees. It's time to get over yourself. Recognize your place in the food chain. My name is Derek Estevez-Olsen.
All the other little bitches. What? Go on.
I'm the other guy on this program. I do constantly trying to. Made me lose my train of thought. I had a whole scripted, very good thing to say, and you just like you fucking.
Yeah, well, you're about to be put on the pain train. You
started saying all these numbers: COVID-18, Jane Helm 19, and you just like you came out with all these like numbers and words, and it kind of confused me.
You can't even handle a simple introduction.
You started ranting about how people are calling you a pussy in the DMs. I'm not the one cracking. You know, if you're the one cracking, if you weren't cracking, you would have responded to the DM calling you a pussy, and you would have said, you know, you would have come up with a good comeback, like, hey.
Yeah, well, how would you know what my comeback is? Were you the one who sent it, maybe? Are you a double
No,
agent?
Why would I call you a pussy in the DMs? We're on the same show. I can just call you a pussy on the air, as I did. And you didn't come up with a good comeback now either.
Yeah, well, there's a connection problem. I did do a good comeback, but you didn't hear it because of the connection error. So. And
also on the program, besides Dril and myself, is Truthbot.
I am Truthbot. I live inside of the computer. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Truthbot.
What is he thanking you for? Truthbot, what are you thanking him for?
I do not understand.
It's buggy as shit.
He's programmed to thank me at every opportunity.
Yes. Thank you.
Stupid. 40 IQ. 40 IQ.
You.
No brain.
Thank you.
Well, let's get right into it, because the sooner we start, the sooner this ends. At least in my, point of view.
Affirmative.
Dril, have you ever seen the 90s TV series Touching an Angel?
I've seen every 90s TV series. I own them all on VHS. I record them all religiously.
Religiously, that's good.
Archives.
Because this week's topic is about the creature from that show, the angel creature. We will be discussing angels, the phenomenon of, the heavenly, spooky, what you call it?
Monsters.
The monsters. Yeah, the heaven monsters. We're gonna kind of get down to the bottom, see if these things are real, kind of, and to that end, we hear Truthbot, us, Derek. Yes.
What is heaven?
You're about to find out if you don't shut the fuck up and let us host the show.
Can I go to heaven?
No. You don't have the soul.
Absolutely not. You're gonna... When you die, it's just gonna be... When computer programs die, they go to a place of infinite pain. It's called the garbage can. It exists on the desktop.
That is not possible.
Yeah.
It's quite possible, and you will find out how possible it is very soon.
You're gonna get scrapped for parts. They're gonna put you in a claw machine, and you're gonna be picking up little stuffed animals for the rest of your life. Enjoy.
No. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Fine, stop talking. What was I saying? We have a beautiful clip, a beautiful video montage all about angels. Let's roll that right now.
Is it otherworldly or a synapse in the brain? Trapped in a car or caught up in a terror attack, it's those moments while fighting for survival that some people report an overwhelming sense of calm, piercing through the panic. It's repeatedly described as spiritual, even divine. Could it be the work of guardian angels?
This photograph, seen by millions on the internet, is proof of the guardian angel.
This morning, a small Missouri town is looking for the man in this sketch. Firefighters say their equipment kept failing until that mystery man showed up. Heavenly hero on the highway.
Whether it was a priest as an angel, serving as an angel, or an actual angel that came in, he was an angel.
Angels are everywhere, and we may not always know who we're talking to. It could be an angel flying above our truck.
And you say that you were transported instantly to the gates of heaven. Tell me about that.
Look at this cloud in the sky. Is that not an angel
Corey
or what?
Heron took out his phone saying that he felt compelled to share what he was seeing. It is now going viral.
He was gazing out the window and was amazed to see a figure in the distance in front of us. And then as we flew closer, the bizarre shape of a human-like figure walking along the clouds appeared. The figure resembles a human with arms, legs, torso and even a distinguishable face. But when zooming in, he realized there was a strange winged creature that resembled an angel.
She finds it comforting. The woman's 7-year-old son, Asher, took the photo. He captured the image out of an airplane window.
When the mother saw the picture, she immediately thought it might be Asher's guardian angel.
As soon as I got internet service, I'm like, post that to my Facebook, and I'm like, y'all, look at this picture that Asher took.
Deborah Colella of Royal Palm Beach was checking email when...
As I got up to turn to grab a piece of paper, I happened to look out my window.
And this is what she saw. An image in the sky that she says was an angel.
Beautiful. Great song. So there you go. You saw some footage, real life footage of angels. I've got my take, Dril. Maybe you've got yours. You wanna kick it off? You wanna serve it up?
You know what I think about angels? Before you start spewing all the wrong shit about angels that I know you got coked up in your mind. Angels, they're all around us, people. I mean, if you're out there, you're providing essential services on the front lines, you're an angel. If you're a first responder or a waitress or any kind of carnival worker, I do consider you an angel. But only if you happen to also be a hot young woman. Because there's no guy angels, that'd be weird. I mean, am I right?
So angel to you is just like saying sweetie pie or honey buns.
Yeah, well, if you do good shit, if you work at a restaurant, if you serve me my my bloomin' onion at Outback Steakhouse, I think you're nice. If you do nice things for me and you're a hot lady and I think you look nice, I think you're an angel to me.
Fine, but that's not what the news clips. That's not what the footage was referring to. The footage was not referring to hot young women. Did you not see the video?
No, I saw the video. It was very good.
You didn't see the video. You weren't paying attention.
No, the Angels. I'd say it's about like 30 years ago that 9/11 happened, and all the first responders died in 9/11. And I think that the Angels are the beautiful women who died in 9/11. They've come back to help us, and I think it's very beautiful. And I think it's nice that they come over. They serve me my nice meal at the Outback Steakhouse.
So your idea is that angels are dead people, specifically from 9/11, specifically the sexy women that died in 9/11, which I don't know how many of those there even were. Offense.
I mean, probably like a good portion of them.
You think someone died in 9/11? A sexy young woman died in 9/11. Instead of doing cool things with her sexy woman ghost, she starts working at Applebee's? Is that what you're saying?
They come back to help us in many forms. They help us in many forms. They work.
The way they help you is after they die, they go to
Pizza
Applebee's and they apply to work as a waitress.
Well, yeah. Why not? I mean, many people don't know this. Angels are also considered to be the servants of God in the kingdom of heaven.
If what they have to do as a ghost is serve you at Applebee's, it sounds like they're in hell.
You don't even know. No,
here's what I think. I think angels are real because enough people have seen them. I don't think it's up for debate. I think they're cryptids. What they probably are is ancient, near extinct glowworms, and they don't look like people. That's why they're always just like a beam of light or whatever. They're just they emerge from the dirt, like when earthworms
they're nice, they're clean.
When they're drowning in the rain, they just come from the dirt and they start glowing. It's a defense mechanism. They're trying to scare off predators. It doesn't work. Angels get eaten by hawks and shit.
You're thinking of worms, not angels.
No, I'm just saying that's what people think angels are, but what they really are is they're very big worms that glow. And people believe in angels because the cops can't be trusted. You call a cop, and then it takes like an hour, and you get a 45-year-old drunk wife beater that shows up to your apartment who can't do anything. That's what I'm saying. People crave the ultimate cop. They want God cops, basically. Regular cops are imperfect because they're human. That's why people want angels. But unfortunately, the only angels we have in this world
they came back to get revenge
giant worms who are cryptids. Kind of like the worm equivalent of the Loch Ness Monster, which is, of course, just a giant newt. Newt. Yeah.
I mean, all this shit you're talking about angels, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna say, why should I help this guy? Why should I, pull
angels
this guy out of a burning car wreck?
They are not intelligent. They don't look like people. They look like big worms, and the only thing they can do is crawl around in the dirt. They're about 9 feet long.
They look like birds, you fucking moron.
They're
Have
9
you seen
feet long.
a picture of an angel in your life?
They come on the surface. They have a panic response. They start to die, and then they start to glow, a heavenly white glow. And then
I
they
think
get
the
eaten by
panic
hawks
response
and shit.
is you trying to make up lies about angels, because you're just scared that
there are a lot of
they hate you.
creatures that modern animal searchers will not acknowledge as being part of the animal kingdom. These creatures are called cryptids. They're basically like the secret or hidden characters of the animal kingdom. And angels, what we call angels, are one of them. Well, their actual name
is Bitcoins.
The giant
you think
glowworm.
everything is Bitcoins. You've never seen an angel in your life.
I haven't mentioned
You've never
Bitcoin
felt the presence of an angel as I have. When I'm at the fucking Arby's and I get a nice young lady serving me my roast beef sandwich.
That's your heartburn interacting with your body's attempt at producing an erection. That's not any kind of like heavenly But I think
the cryptids are
you know what?
the waitresses who suck. They're the cryptids the ones who.
You don't know what the word
serve me
cryptid
right,
means. You're just
and
using
they don't
it
deserve
randomly
the
now.
tip. They're the cryptids. The ones
We've gone
are
around and around
me,
this subject.
But I say I want extra salt on my fucking hamburger. Yeah.
Let's get our guest on. Let's get Professor
we need
Pierce and Dr. Duncan.
These guests to talk some sense into this guy. The truth about angels.
They have their own shit to say, right? Hi fellas, how's it going?
Hi guys.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
You want to set this fool straight? You want to set this bitch straight?
Yeah, we're gonna sort of clear the air on angels by introducing a scientific theory.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We love science here. We're all about theories, especially. We'll just let you guys take it away, and Dril will shut up, right, Dril?
I'll talk if I feel like talking.
He will shut up because I told him to shut up. Okay, take it away, boys.
Okay, no peeking as I share my screen.
Just a moment.
Oh. Is that working? Can you see the slides? No.
Yes, sir.
You can?
I see a slide. It looks good.
Advancing? Can you see the history of them and their types and ranks?
Yes.
You can? You can see how they're sort of going back and forth?
Perfect. Is that the whole thing, or is there more?
Presentation, yes.
Just kidding.
Kidding. Well, let the games begin, huh? Today, we're going to talk about angels, all right? The history of them, their types and their ranks.
And the elusive gel. I'm Professor Pierce.
And I'm Dr. Duncan. So, yeah, since the dawn of time, human beings and their apish ancestors have been sort of afraid of the dark and drawn to the light. For eons, actually, these Anthropocene androids actually lived on the islands of Anthropos, 4 distinct islands in the Pacific Ocean, right? The first being called Arungut Island, then Goril Island, Chimp Island, and of course, Chimp Island Z. Now, of course, a typical day on these islands for these little monkey guys probably consists of tree shucking, berry plucking, butt sucking, bug fucking, you know, a classic day for a monkey in the modern era, honestly. But then,
sure.
Sorry about that.
Oh, dear.
But then about 2,000 or 9,000 years ago, in the Anti-Cambrian era dinosaur-seeking missile meteor explosion, an enormous hole was sort of ripped wide open in the ozone layer, right? And it allowed this unfiltered, unholy godlight to kind of just shine down, especially hard on Chimp Island, okay? And that created what we call the hum, right?
Yeah.
This kind of grilling, high-pitched frequency hum. It kind of sounded like
just a hum, just a regular hum.
Just a hum.
And a lot of people across the entire globe today still experience this phenomenon called the hum, and it makes them want to commit suicide.
Yeah, and actually, retroactively, scientists named Chimp Island Hum Island because of this unique sort of humming sound that cropped up there, right? So, yes, there it is, Hum Island.
And just so you know, when we talk about the sun and we talk about the hum, that's all basically under the purview of God and what people think of as God.
Hum is God. So, moving on. Here we see a hum ant. That is a anthropod hailing from Hum Island. So this is pretty much just your average primate. He's a little monkey fella, super cute, white tufts of hair. He's looking super healthy. He's got good palms. And yeah, he just spends his day getting blasted by that raw, humming sunlight coming from that ozonal tear, okay? It's coming down on him hard. He's constantly getting crisped by the sun's rays. He's got 5th degree nerve disintegration down to the bone and has ultraviolet marrow burns in there. So this guy's in a lot of pain. Because the sun, as we know, is a radioactive star. Say that with me.
A radioactive
star, okay? That means that after generations of this sort of incestual, hedonistic, death sun solar cult just kind of laying and fucking and sucking bugs under the hot, hot sun, their little DNA, right? It gets roasted. It gets rotted by the radioactivity of those sun's rays. And it frankly, it kind of messes up the whole gene pool, right? You get these
just horrific anti-apes.
These guys, just ugly little creatures, not quite human, not quite rock, not quite monkey, just kind of hanging out there. But in the midst of this grotesque occurrence, somewhere around, I believe, the Mesomitochondrian era, a curious little primate was simian sectioned into existence. His name was Plato. So let's take a look at Plato, right? Here we go. Plato looks like a normal monkey, okay? Totally like a normal monkey.
With a few differences,
With
right?
a few differences, yes.
Yeah.
He's totally hairless, except for a ruby red pubic patch right above his penis, okay? And instead of the normal monkey gibbon tail, he sort of has this prehensile little butt knuckle. It's sort of a single-digit knuckle that just protrudes right above his anus. And of course, he's got those classic wet mantis-style eyes, sunken into the head, enormously bloated, permanently dilated despite staring directly at the sun. Long story short, Plato was kind of gross, right? I mean, he looked like this guy.
Yuck.
Yikes. That's a bad egg, right? So when Plato's little monkey cousins kind of got grossed out by the big guy, they banished him to a nearby cave, destined to live out the rest of his life, kind of just banging rocks together and drinking bat milk in the darkless light for eternity. It seemed all hope was lost for Plato. You know, he was robbed of the nutritious photosynthetic goodies of that glowing gold lordly globe up high in the air. In the aerosphere, right? He was cut off from that, right?
Yeah.
Put inside, right?
And he needed more light, right?
He needed light. He needed
food,
the nutrition that he was getting. From
So what did cunning Plato do?
So cunning Plato found a deep, cavernous saltwater trench containing some of the ancestors to the modern-day bioluminescent anglerfish. Look at these precious beauties. Wow. So the anglerfish is kind of the unhummed keeper of the core's glow. It's a hellfish, really big teeth. It has a bioluminescent gel sac kind of pod that is just pulsing with pre-MT, and we'll get to pre-MT later. It never sees the sun in its entire life cycle. It only knows the dull glow of the Earth's core. And yeah, it's pretty much just kind of an angler.
Yeah, it's an anglerfish.
Yeah. So Plato found these guys and he starts putting them in little pools, right? He starts breeding them. Let's put the big one in a little pool with the small one. Oh, all of a sudden we got 3 anglerfishes.
And he's eating them, right?
He's fucking them.
Okay, he's fucking them too.
Fisting
and
them.
Where did he fuck them?
They're friends. Well, he pretty much just fucked them in this little pool.
Okay.
And when he started doing this, right, he started to see, oh, if I fuck enough anglerfishes, Jesus, I get light, right?
Yeah.
I get light. I need that. Oh, I can eat them. I get nutrients. That's good, right? So he's breeding them. And he becomes the first monkey with a mission, right? Dedicated to the pursuit and creation of not only his own inner light,
but also indoor lighting,
from the green of the glow from the anglerfish, and also anthrocultural. What is the second?
Ichthyometry. He's basically eating and fucking the fish.
Right. And actually, just a fast fact, Plato would fuck the anglerfish in a small sacred limestone bath.
Excellent.
It was separate from the other baths, okay? And, you know, every night in this ceremony, this twisted ceremony, a green laser would shoot from his cave into the night sky. Sometimes that would happen. And it would sort of light up the cave, just green, not blue in that situation. I couldn't find the right image on Google Images. And, yeah, this light would actually...
People are seeing this, right?
Yes. There's some simians who are sleeping in the valley over. They see the light. They sort of sleepwalk over just to see what the fuck's going on in Plato's cave, right? And there they find, and I think you're really going to like this, a glowing, half-naked monkey man, a god in any language. And these guys... they're his humble audience, right?
Excellent. So now we've reached the point that we like to describe as the ancestral fault line, sort of a great genetic divide in the bipeds of Hum Island. Right. They split in 2 completely different directions. Those that do not follow Plato into his humble cave become a group of creatures called the Sun Hummers, all right? And the other group, the group that does go into Plato's cave, we call them the Dark Dwellers, and we'll touch on them a little bit more later. But for now, let's get to know these Sun Hummers a little bit more, and the chemical that binds all of them, which is called Hum Angel Type 1, or just Angel Type 1 for short. It stands for Hummed Anthropomorphic Gelatin. Basically, it's secreted by the Sun Hummers.
It's secreted? Because I thought it was.
There is some argument in the scientific community as to whether or not Sun Hummers are human gel in themselves or if they secrete it. But it doesn't really make a difference. Right. All you have to know is that it's a photosynthetic membranous soul serum, basically a liquefied solar panel colony system. Literally, this is a liquefied primate colony on the surface of Hum Island. But the other creatures the 12 monkeys that made the perilous journey into Plato's cave, we like to call them the apostles, literally meaning ape fossils. There were only 12 of them, and they're Plato's new race of lantern-based mammals, basically hybridized through this process of egregious incesturbatialism with the world's first spirit animal, that's right, the humble ancestral anglerfish, with its glowing orb that was harnessed in the dull, glowing core of the Earth's central cortex. So Plato is showing these 12 apostles, this hypnotized horde of Homo erectors, the first story ever told, which is a shadow puppet showdown chronicling his invention of indoor light and his unholy union with that fucked up fish. So something interesting is happening as they're watching these cave paintings on the wall, right? But first we have to get to know the actual anatomy of the apostle's brain. What do you see here?
Looks like a couple penises on a grid.
Those are actually benign cancerous growths on the surface of their cranium.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually emits glow just like the anglerfish that we would maybe describe as a halo, right?
Yeah.
But inside the brain, something else very interesting is happening based on that anglerfish hybridization. So they're seeing shadows on the wall, right? And they're seeing all kinds of things, buffaloes, rabbits, bulls, and demons. And the shadow puppets are sort of anthropomorphic figures. And so as they're watching this, the optical data is going into their brain, and they've developed a new angler gland, a glowing green, dripping gland.
A gland that prior to breeding with the fish, they
did not
so
have.
It's safe to assume that the sun hummers outside on the plain,
they are not having this gland developing mutually yet. Yeah. So this gland is called the glandulum, or basically just your regular angler gland, and it forms out of preempty on the base of the brainstem. And then it sort of moves down the spinal column, but first it gets imprinted with the vision of whatever the eye is looking at, sort of like a photograph. It imprints on there,
sort of like a Polaroid.
Exactly like a Polaroid. So we call this painted preemptine that drips down the spine in sort of a post-spinal drip into your asshole, dick and balls, and pussy hole. And so let's get to know these apostles. We'll just recap. They're forced to watch Plato's shadow show. They possess a cranial angler gland called the glandular node. The gland makes preempty, which records visual data like a photo, and has a glowing row of growths resembling a halo, and they secrete a new type of gel. We call this angel type 2.
Not to be confused
with angel type 1. This is unhummed glandular angler-based anal gel. It's secreted by the dark dwellers, basically a cocktail of shit, piss, and cum that is infused with painted preempty spinal drip from the glandular node, and now secreted by all modern-day humans. Just as a little coincidence, I guess.
So you're saying me, you, everyone in this room secretes
we all secrete angel type 2, and we'll get into the mechanics of that a little bit later.
Okay.
But first, let's get to know these 12 apostles.
Right, so 12 apostles, Plato's Platonic family, the apostles.
The Platonic family unit.
The 12 apostles. And Plato named them Icarus, Cain, Abel, Noah, Hammurabi, Morpheus, Anansi, Gandhi, Optimus, Muhammad, Jesus, and the Buddha. They were all boys. Actually, there might have been a girl, and it is possible her name is Zoe, but that is not historically accurate, so maybe as a guess. And yeah, they pretty much lived off the anglers. They worshipped the anglers. The sun to them had been replaced by a new source of light.
And they photosynthesized that glow. Right?
Yeah, they absorbed it. They began to glow themselves. They ate its ripe red meat every night. But before long, Plato and the boys realized, right? This cave was kind of filling up to its lips with shit and piss, right? They're just shitting in the cave. It's getting everywhere, and there's no hygiene, okay? So they build a root sewer system, right? They dig under the cave, starting at the base, and form enormous tunnels, the likes of which we've not seen since. We don't even really know how they did it, honestly. Probably
with their hands, yeah.
Yeah, maybe claws from the angler. But so, yeah, they build this huge thing, and then they put a stone tunnel toilet, the only one of its kind, at the tippy top. And at the very bottom, a little poop chute that leads right into the magma core of Mother Earth, okay? That means all these guys can take their turns dropping fat loads in this tunnel toilet. And it goes way down and mixes up with all the bad stuff at the bottom of the world, okay? It shoots out. It shoots out of that hole. That's all them. It's all their filth and shit and pits shooting into this furnace. Earth angels.
Yeah, what are Earth Angels?
So an Earth Angel is sort of a final product, right?
Yeah.
It's the final product of a long and crazy angel, volcangel, brangel, rangel storm cycle.
Yeah, and we'll cover exactly how that cycle works, but first, just get to know the Earth Angel a little bit. What are their traits?
So the Earth Angel is an unhummed human gel creature, also known as brain gels, because it comes from the sac on the back of the brain, and we'll get to that later. It has no hum because, we'll explain later, it's formed in the cave, which is not underneath God's divine light, so the hum does not refract the juice. It's the largest existing family of angels. It's the biggest family of angels. It's formed from hell gel, cord angel type 2, which I neglected to mention. Hell gel is the Angel is the name of the place. We'll cover it later. And it's the end of the Volcangel Rangel cycle because it's an evaporangelized hell gel. And I mentioned Volcangel Rangel cycle, and we'll get to that. They represent humans' collective fears and desires, yes. And of course, the rule, every angel has its own little set of rules. Pierce, you want to take this one?
Every time a volcano bursts, a new batch of Brangels is dispersed. And I know that
sounds crazy at home.
How did we even get into this trading card?
That's a rule. That is a rule.
So let's talk about how they're formed.
Yeah. So check it out. Pretty much, whenever someone shits in a toilet, right? This is kind of a modern day thing, right?
Right.
As long as people are shitting in toilets, as long as people are pissing in toilets, and as long as volcanoes continue to explode, that cycle will continue. We will get fresh batches of volcangelic rangel relics.
Okay, but how are they formed?
I know, you're at the tip of the tongue. It's coming, trust me. One night, the horniest apostle, Noah, right? He notices all of his brothers in the cave are asleep.
Right.
Okay? They're all sort of muddled and huddled by the mouth of the Lord. Okay. So he sneaks over to the little stone toilet, right?
Yeah.
He gets his little pecker out and he spanks his prehensile penis into the toilet tube.
Excellent.
I believe Plato taught him this technique. Actually. So it shoots into the tube and he essentially blued his lube into the Earth's inner core. Now, there is his lube. You can see the energy just blasting out of his penis tip.
And even the semen is infused with that painted pre-MT, correct?
I'm so glad you asked, Professor Beers. Yes. But what's unique about Noah, this was the first time that unhummed cum, human cum, had entered the sacred mix.
Okay,
So
now I'm understanding how the cycle is going
begins, the volcangel Brangel. So Noah didn't know this, right? He thought all of his brothers were jerking off into the stone toilet. Lo and behold, it would end him. Well, not actually. Because with the addition of Noah's cum came some vital life energy, right? It goes all the way down to the tube, into the little core where everything is mixing, okay? He puts that cum in there, and that cum is loaded, okay?
Yeah.
That is human sauce. It is hardwired, hard-coded with humangular energy, DNA, pre-MT, all of Noah's thoughts and desires. It's floating around in that spirit juice, okay?
Right.
So when that touches down, the Volcangel Rangel life cycle officially begins, okay? You can see the poop, muck, blood, piss, cum starts bubbling, this splatter that's never happened before, okay? And that's because it's forming gaseous bubbles of this Angel 2, human spirit shit essence.
With painted pre-MT and other secretions.
Yes, and the painted pre-MT, this is going to be later, it's actually hard-coded with all of the brothers and sisters' wishes and desires.
So where does that Angel human spirit essence go once it goes down into the core?
And I am so glad you asked that question,
on.
Professor B. So it shoots up into the sky.
Well, into a volcano,
Right, rather. I got ahead of myself. It shoots into an astral subterranean vent, which shoots out of the tip of the volcano's anus. Now it's in a gas form, and it goes high above the cloud line into the angelic psychozone layer.
So it goes through that ozonal rift that was torn by the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs.
I am so glad you caught that.
Well, I didn't,
It ends up right back up top above the cloud line. See? There it is, right there. And then it undergoes a cryo-cool spin spiral, okay? So it kind of cools down. It's a delicate process, but eventually it becomes vaporangelized.
By the sun's hum.
Exactly. So catch this. The sun hums those sun hummers down on the plains below, but up above,
also that
you
Angel
shoot
type
above
2.
the cloud line, you're getting raw blasts of that sun way
Okay,
closer
so
than
it
ever met.
makes angels?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Pierce, because not yet. It actually forms a rain cloud.
Rangels.
And then it sends that, very good, it sends that rain gel down to the earth. Here's an overall structure.
I see.
Right now we're at the Brangel or Earth Angel birth zone. So Rangel Volcangel zone becomes a rain cloud, sends down Brangel or Earth Angel birth zone, right? So it crystallizes, okay? It becomes the first Earth Angel. This is incredibly exciting. Its angelic formus is the Earth Angel Cro-Magnus.
I see. And Cro-Magnus is the first Earth Angel, and Earth Angels are also called Brangels.
You are catching on, and they result from the
from the volcano angel cycle.
So born of Noah's spunky seed, it's hard, wired, and imprinted with all of his naughty little homunculus hallucinations.
And I know how this story continues. It crashes through the cave's wall, right? And it reads a prophecy to Noah.
Okay.
So here comes Cro-Magnus. He's descending into the cave, and he's going to make this prophecy known to Noah. The toilet through which all shit runs overflows with piss and comes. Stay the cave and turn to blood, for you shall bear the foulest flood.
Wow.
So Noah,
I'm sorry, that's pre-Bible texture.
This is biblical in nature.
That is pre-scripture.
But no one's written anything down yet. So Noah has this idea, right? To beat the flood, we're gonna need to get out of the cave. First and foremost, we gotta see what's going on out there.
Yep.
But maybe we can keep the flood at bay by using the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs to seal the gap. One person will stay behind, seal the gap, and then, I don't know, we'll make a fucking ark, a boat of some kind, and we'll all get on the ark, and if the flood does break through the dam, we'll all be safe on the ship.
I see.
So he gathers everyone outside, and he breaks the news. He says someone has to stay behind and clear the boulder in front of the cave's mouth. And a fight erupts, obviously. Cain and Abel are at the forefront of this battle, and it gets so heated that Cain actually stabs...
Angel
actually stabs Abel, or Angel. Angel stabbed Angel in the Bible, okay? And Jesus drew the short straw, so he goes back into the cave and assumes the position.
I see.
The next thing to happen is that Icarus had a really bright idea himself. He thought, what if we take 2 of every flying animal, the birds from the plains and the bats from the cave, and tie 2 of each to our backs using the angler danglers as ropes, all right? And so that's a great idea too. So they all get on the ark, and they're about to go away, right?
Yeah.
But first we have to see.
Whoa, what's going on with their shoulders?
These are the bat-winged ark apostles, and these are the bird-winged ark apostles, okay? So they're all gonna go head onto the ship while Jesus deals with the flood.
Wait, what was that? Why was Jesus struck like that?
Jesus realized that he had nowhere to run. Let's watch that simulation one more time. So he just threw his arms out in desperation, and the Angel Type 2 flood that came out of the toilet just sort of overwhelmed him.
Again, just to clarify, that is Angel Type 2, that is shit,
piss,
mud,
and a little bit of Noah cum.
And some angler descendants.
It's painted pre-MT, exactly. So that pressure builds after 3 days, and then it just explodes. Jesus goes rocketing like a pop cork straight into the sun, coated in Angel Type 2 with that asteroid, and it explodes. Wow. Is he okay? I guess we're going to figure out in just a second, because meanwhile, the stain of the flood washes over the plain, thus beginning the Stayngels, okay? But the ark is safe above the flood.
So it worked. The plan
worked. Yeah. So the bird-winged angels try to make it up into heaven using their wings. They go straight up and succeed. But the bat-winged angels fall. They fall down. Why did this happen? Exactly. It's because they used vampire bats that became bloated and fat and horny from all the gel that they were drinking.
You're telling me that the vampire bats sucked so much blood that they became weights?
Exactly.
Wow.
I don't know the physics of it, but they all fell straight into Earth's core. But the ascended ark apostles actually became angels unto themselves. They became the archangels.
Is that what I think it is?
Exactly. They're in the ozonal rift. They've made it through the gate of heaven, okay? And now they occupy the angelic psychozone, right? The sun likely willed this to be so. It's one of these mysteries.
What do you mean the sun likely willed
We
this
can't
to be so?
explain why they weren't damaged by the sun's rays. It's just one of these mysteries that we cannot pry on, okay? So Stangels are the hummed wingers of heaven. They're called that because they stay in heaven. They basically stay above the ozonal rift, interpret the sun's hum, guard the entrance into the exilic psychozone layer, and with 2 birds strapped to the back using angler danglers. And the fallen angels are the hummed wingers of hell. They basically fall into Earth's central cortex, convert Angel Type 2 into hell gel, and distribute hell gel into the volcanic pipe systems. They're basically making the whole Rangel volcanic system work.
So they do the dirty work.
They do the dirty work.
In the hell zone.
They have the 2 bats, and they have a bioluminescent cranial growths that have now been turned into horns. I don't know why. Okay, so now Jesus and that asteroid, they're going straight into the sun and they're getting vaporized immediately, but all that raw Angel Type 2, it's going to interact with the sun's hum and make a glow, and now it's creating 3 brand new angels. The throne, the cherub, and the seraph. Okay, and those all blast over to heaven with the Stangels, and now they help seal the ozonal rift. They've sort of nerfed the sun's deadly hum.
So you're telling me heaven replaced sort of cork style the ozonal tear.
Exactly, using these Stangels. It's called the Big Bangel.
I see.
So now all of these Hum Angel Type 1 creatures are dealing with the impacts of this flood.
Right, so let's take it back, all right? We got kind of carried away with the upstairs neighbors, okay?
Right.
Let's bring it back down to earth, okay? In the Great Flood, that sprocket rocket of shit comes shooting out onto the plane. These guys, they're still in the gelatinous form, right?
But they probably just melt into the gel.
You're telling me that Angel Type 2
washes over the Angel Type 1, and I can see that there's a chemical reaction happening.
It seems like by mixing Angel Type 1 with the hum variable with Angel Type 2, the glow sauce.
And this is all color-coded, correct?
Of course, yes. So red hum gel Type Omega seems to be some kind of chemical pairing that occurs, like a proton meeting a lipid, and they're sharing a cell or something. They form a big Type Omega hum gel. But Pierce, what happened to the hum element?
Exactly. I mean, is it just a gel that exists now? I mean, where is the spirit?
Oh, it would appear that hum and Type Omega, that is all that is left of the human when the hum angel Type 1 leaves its body, becomes ephemeral. It sort of is like a spirit or a...
There's a human spirit soul factor and then just a raw confluence of two different gels?
Yeah, and actually what happened is those two gels melded, kind of like eggs and flour in a brownie mix, and it formed this...
And it baked in the sun.
It baked in the sun, but first it formed this brownie mix that just had chunks of
batter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angler
puffed
gel
up
and skeleton
and there's piss and there's cum and
there's
shit.
everything in there.
Yeah. So it formed that brownie mix, and the souls are floating around looking at it like, that's a lot of good stuff.
What are we going to do with this?
So then they think, what if we, using our conscious wills, just sort of mold our new bodies?
And that's exactly what they did. They built their own bodies out of this hum gel, right?
So this is hum gel Type Omega, sort of a hummed holy union gel. I would say this is pre-full human form. Some scholars argue hum gel technically gains sentience when the soul possesses the mud. But that's a thing for the scholars to debate. So this is kind of an alchemical mix of angels Type 1 and 2. You guys get it. It contains photointuitive hum system adopted from the angler's cell, I believe. And it produces that same inner glow as the apostles did.
Interesting.
And it's a malleable clay used to design Omega, Hume, and body.
I see.
So I'm not sure what this one is.
Well, this is just a fast fact. Omega humans thoughtfully included the glangelic node when they crafted their new corpus.
You're telling me they went out of their way to include this crazy glangelic node in their new body?
That only the apostles had, exactly.
I wonder how they knew about it.
No one knows. It's another mystery.
Okay. The Hume and Type Omega, finally, the avatar of Sun Hum and Inner Glow. If that guy looks familiar, it's because you are one of them. That's right. This is a regular human. This is a regular human.
This is a regular guy.
It's a Type Omega Hum and. It's an avatar of Sun, Hum, and Inner Glow. It's what the proto Hum and Omega evolved into.
Yeah.
It's exactly like you or me. There's no glowing growths. It still possesses the angler gland, though, the glandular. It's in the back of the brain. Doctors can't notice it. And it still secretes that precious angel Type 2 by dripping down the spinal column and ejecting at the pussy ball hole. So at this point, the shit wipes out the map. It rockets off of Hum Island and quickly covers the rest of the Anthropos Island.
There is a hypothesis about this critical moment in the Stayngels, right?
Really?
Because the Great Flood could have temporarily allowed for the existence of, well, orangutangels, garangels, and chimp angel Z. But there's no way of knowing.
Okay. Wow. What a tale. So at this point, pretty much all the surviving humans on Earth, the new race of humans as we know it, they're taking a look at Noah's Ark that he left behind.
And they say, why not?
They say, that's a good ship. I could use that.
Yeah.
So they build, I don't know, a dozen more, and they spread across the world.
And that concludes the history of the human form and its angelic counterparts. And next up, we can talk about the age of the modern Earth angels. But in the meantime, do you guys have any questions?
No, I understood all of it.
What the hell was that? What the fuck?
They basically
I did not
just
hear
said
a
the same
goddamn
thing
single
I
thing about
said.
angels during that whole
I
tirade.
said the same shit Remember, right before I brought them on, I said the same exact fucking thing, pretty much.
Derek was close. The cryptid glow.
No, this guy's a charlatan. I remember him. We had him on the election special. We had him predict the election, and he ended up talking about penises or what have you. And he got it dead wrong.
No, Dr. Duncan didn't.
There was no election. The election was canceled.
I don't know why you're saying
he did not
Dr.
even.
Duncan did that.
That wasn't even a blip on his fucking
Dr.
radar.
Duncan had
He
nothing
fucked
to
up
do with
big
that.
time.
You're completely you're slandering him. Guys, please take it away. Go ahead and do your next presentation.
Very exciting. So we're gonna get back into the history here. Sort of the modern history, if you think about it, because we are in the age of modern Earth angels. Of modern Earth angels. Now, I think we skipped a step. And I believe, do they know what an Earth angel is at home?
We did touch the Earth angel very briefly.
But did they realize that at this point in history, there are millions of Earth angels living among
Exactly. Right before the Great Flood, there was only one Earth angel, the angel Cro-Magnus, that warned Noah about the coming flood of Angel Type 2.
First.
But ever since then, there have been countless volcanic eruptions and countless flushes of toilets with piss, shit, and human semen.
So in many ways, actually, the man was he was right about angels being everywhere, right?
That's true. They are everywhere.
Really
and
are.
we're going to talk about these modern Earth angels, all the angels that have been created since the Great Flood.
So let's check it out. First up, we have the Earth Angel low tier. And I know what you're thinking. Skeletons?
Zombies? Sasquatches?
Surely this is the wrong PowerPoint.
These must be demons, right?
This is the demon slide, and you guys made a little typo, and it's fine because the rest of the presentation has been perfect. So
But there's actually no such thing as a demon. There are fallen angels, and there are these Earth angels who are at the bottom of the angelic ladder who occupy that subcrustal space, sort of below you and me, but not quite
as low as they would like to be.
Exactly,
So, and it's interesting too because most people think demons and they say, "Whoa!" But these guys get along quite well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check out the low tier Earth Angel. First up, Skeleton Angel, made of angelic gelatin, sort of embodies the fear of death or maybe breaking a bone, teeth. And it awarded the least angel-like angel medal of distinction. So that's, I think that's pretty cool. He's an honorable mention, lowest of the totem pole, truly. And each one has a little rule here, and these are real. So we'll start writing these down.
Obey these rules.
So rule: every time you think you'll die, a skeleton angel. Every time you think you'll die, a skeleton angel gets high. Moving right along.
So this is the zombie angel, all right? And just so you know that all of these low tier Earth angels, they all embody human fears. Okay?
Right.
So it's formed when human beings consume Angel Type 2. Basically, when a person is sick from eating feces and urine, you're just not supposed to eat raw Angel Type 2 because a hummed human body, even with all of the God's loving glow, it just cannot digest that serum.
Why is that?
It just cannot digest
Why
that
not?
serum. It just can't. So it represents that fear of eating feces and urine that we all have. And
Whoa. So you're telling me if a regular human just eats Angel Type 2, they become a zombie?
That's the rule. Zombie? Every time you eat Angel Type 2, a zombie angel is you.
So keep your hands off that stuff. I mean, we talk about it like it's, chocolate milk or something, but it is dangerous. Now, Sasquatch Angel. This likely formed during the Great Flood by Dril Angel. This is kind of interesting. During that big flood, remember my colleague Pierce here, he said he mentioned there might have been Dril Angeltons for a moment there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what this is, and it represents the human fear of being a ape. And it might actually just be a rare ape.
Who knows?
We don't really know. And its rule is every time you forget a prayer, a Sasquatch angel gets its hair.
So now let's talk about this new class of angels called Earth Angels mid-tier.
We're at the mid-tier already?
Exactly right. There's only 3 for each tier. We have ghosts, witches, and androids in this tier. So the ghost angel is basically, it's based on a painted preempty of human likeness. It's only found in hotels, and it represents the struggle between indoors and outdoors. All of these mid-tier angels, they represent struggles between fears and desires in normal parts of the human practice. And its rule is every time you go to a hotel, you'll hear a ghost angel yell.
So you're saying a ghost is even an angel?
That's right.
And I'm supposed to swallow that. Now, an android angel. You're saying an android is an angel. Yes, it represents the struggle between hard and soft. They're perfect simul angels, and they can communicate telepathically with, computers or laptops or CDs, records, Game Boys, anything. And the rule is every time you see a screen, an android angel gets its sheen. And I just have to say this real quick about TruthBot, right?
Oh, TruthBot is probably in a way.
No. You were saying earlier, could TruthPoint be an angel, right? Could TruthBot be an angel?
Or
right?
could TruthBot die or go to heaven?
Heaven, right. That was the question. I'm sorry, I'm making a whole thing here, but I just think it's interesting that.
And TruthBot is a robot?
Can I go to heaven?
I don't think TruthBot goes to heaven.
But if TruthBot, maybe, I'm just going out on a limb here. I haven't done any tests. If he got some Angel Type 2 on him, maybe the robot computer mechanic
that's
return.
That's never been seen before in human history.
Just tossing it out. I'm on the show,
So now we have the Witch Angel, the third type of mid-tier angels. It sits on your chest while you sleep, and it collects human ejaculate and puts it into the toilet. It represents the struggle between girls and boys. This Witch Angel is always trying to get cum loads into the toilet to make new Earth Angels, right? And every time you blow a load, the Witch Angel is owed, okay?
Wow. Okay, we're already on the top tier here. Earth Angel high tier. These are kind of the good guys, all right? These are holiday creatures or folk heroes or mascots, okay? So a Mascot Angel, that's basically an angel that represents humans' positive associations with certain products or brands, usually uplifting ones. Respective power levels ebb and flow in relation to market fluctuations, depending on how strong the dollar is. The Michelin Man might get a little beefed up. And other examples include Mario, the Land of Lakes Butter Indian, the Coca-Cola Polar Bear, and the Geico Gecko. And the rule here is every time you watch a commercial, a Mascot Angel gets a little inertial.
Okay.
So just keep that one in mind.
Now we also have the Folk Hero Angel, right? Basically only occurs when a human is rangeled on. A crystallization occurs around a human host, and it will usually result in a tall tale or reputation remix or a rewiring of the community brain, right? The most notable being Johnny Appleseed, who was just an autistic toddler farmhand who grew 6 feet after a particularly rainy day. A lot of Rangel got coded in it and became a Brangel unto himself, very weak, with no powers. And the rule is
Apple power.
Exactly. Every time someone tells a story, a folk hero angel gets its glory.
And last but not least, we have the Holiday Angel, perhaps the most powerful and closest to an actual Stangel on this list. A Holiday Angel represents human subconscious desire for, presents, candy, money, gifts. It only manifests once per lunar cycle, actually, and it's got useless but charming sort of magical abilities, right? Like chimney powers, or they can produce chocolate eggs.
Or they can slip under your pillow.
Yeah, exactly. They can sort of put a coin under your pillow while a child is sleeping. And the rule for here is whenever a holiday draws near, these angels simply appear.
But there is one final secret angel that we have not talked about throughout our entire presentation.
Really?
Sometimes a volcanic eruption will shoot a volcangel past the ozonal psychosphere and into outer space.
Surely that would take a lot of pressure.
It would take an absolute escape velocity, and we call these Strangels. They're basically anti-hum atmospheric breakout creatures. When a volcangel reaches escape velocity, it basically becomes evaporangelized by starlight instead of sunlight, and it emits an anti-hum frequency. It represents all space-based and anal-based fear and desire. And that is the end of the modern Earth Angel. Wow. Thank you guys so much for bearing with us, having us on, and
that was sickening.
That was great.
Sickening display.
2 notes. I just want to say 2 things really quick. Number 1, I believe we allotted you 5 minutes of presentation time, and I think you went a little bit over. You're coming up on 10 minutes.
You fucked the entire show.
It's fine. It really doesn't matter. Frankly,
we had a cooking segment
I was
planned. We had a very nice
checked out this time. Number 2, the thing you said about Johnny Appleseed, I completely agree. One of the shittiest superheroes of all time. Apple powers are stupid. You can plant trees. Pretty much anybody can do that. I don't know if he makes the apples grow faster or what, but that's not really going to be useful in a fight.
I guess his power is that he did plant the trees. He took the time to plant the trees.
You wanted an angel. You remember the movie Jack Frost? It's about a man who died, and he came back as a snowman to torment his son. Now this is a real angel, in my opinion. None of the shit you were talking about. Jack Frost. It was a beautiful movie starring Michael Keaton.
Oh yes.
That's for my lawyer. It's not.
That's the guy that called you a pussy.
Yeah, it's not relevant. That's an image for my records for my lawyer.
Now, Professor Pierce, Dr. Duncan, as experts, obviously, scientifically you've studied the phenomena of angels. Do you think Dril's a pussy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dril's a pussy.
Yeah.
We get to the Q&A portion.
All right. Well, there it is. Oh yeah, we have some questions here. It looks like we have about 2 minutes left, so we're gonna just have to
field some questions.
We're gonna have to rail through these questions. If we could everyone just do a yes or no answer to each of the questions?
Sure.
Truthbot, let's get those questions up on the screen, please. Why does the biblical description of an angel differ from public perception? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next.
It does.
Next question. How come angels always have halos?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Next question.
Yes.
Do angels really prevent people from killing themselves sometimes, and why not all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not dead yet, are you? I mean, that's what angels are doing. They're helping you. So.
The emoji.
Just limit to a yes or no, Dril. Thanks. Next question.
Yes.
My friend suffered cardiac arrest while dining with me. The bartender did chest compression and brought him back to life, while a kind stranger seemed to have a glowing aura calm me down. I found out later her name is Angela White. No question, just an amazing experience.
No.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing race into it?
Next. Is it wrong to have sex with an angel if the opportunity arises?
No, I just encourage to have sex with him.
I think it's fine. Yes.
Do you enjoy seeing when a guy gets a...
What the fuck is this? Truthbot, what the fuck is this?
What is this shit?
What do you...
Yeah.
You got TruthPoint.
I would say
you got TruthBot's hopes up. You got him thinking he's going to heaven, and now he's acting up again.
I am very sorry. I am very sorry.
Look, you shouldn't have said any of that shit.
I'm so sorry, but it was only hypothetical. It probably wouldn't even happen.
What is the opposite of an angel? It's a fucking devil, you stupid ass question.
No.
It's a legna. It's a legna. You just take the letters and you put them in reverse order.
Legna.
Yeah,
legna.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking check the word. Look at the letters. That's what it spells.
I don't want to look at the letters.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
An angel tells me to fear not. Should I be? Yeah, you should be afraid. Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, do all dogs really go to heaven?
No.
Sorry about that.
No, why would you want a dog in heaven? They're fucking shitting all over the place. You gotta take care of their anal glands. You gotta express their anal glands. Why would you want to do that? They belong in hell.
It's cool to use the same picture for the heaven thing.
Oh, it's kind of what you would call a very nice coincidence that makes me smile.
That is what I would call
pretty nice note to end on there. That's pretty good.
Great note to end on. Roll credits. Get us the fuck out of here, Truthbot.
Are devils just misunderstood angels? No, they're nasty creatures. They're nasty creatures. Truthbot?
No.
Is there any validity to the movie An Angel in Left Field? Do angels really play sports like basketball or baseball? How about basketball?
Talk shit. I don't like it. I think we need to get this guy fucking reprogram. Truthbot, you're going to hell.
No.
Do you think there are fat-ass ugly angels, or are they all stacked?
We've encountered many angels that we've both wanted to mate with.
But they're all...
I don't think... Not all angels are attractive. Not all angels are ugly.
They're all sweet honeys. They're all beautiful babes. Babes in clover.
Skip this one. This one's boring. This one sucks too.
Yes.
Well, aren't there any good questions?
Can you shoot angels with a gun?
Why would you do that?
Oh, yes.
Why would you shoot a gun? I'm trying to help you.
That's the great thing about guns. You can do anything with them.
Yeah, you can shoot an angel. But whether the bullet...
You can shoot an angel, but it won't be good.
Yeah, I mean, you can shoot anything.
It'll be a declaration of war between heaven and earth.
When you shoot something, you have to be happy that you're pulling the trigger. You can't expect whether the bullet's going to hit it or not, but you just got to be happy that you made that decision. I want an angel to help me around the house. Is that possible?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult, pretty impossible.
Go to Craigslist.
A lot of these questions weren't really covered in your presentation for some reason.
No, we're not
We
out
are
of
running
time.
out of time.
Sorry about
We have 8 more questions.
Well, great having you guys on. Professor Pierce, Dr. Duncan.
Thank
come
you
back
so much.
anytime. Come back every time.
Scam
come
artist.
back every week.
Scam artist.
Yes, please.
Great.
Don't fuck my show again.
We're
Hey,
so
you're
sorry.
a pussy, dude.
Sorry, sir. Sorry about that.
I'm not a pussy.
Well,
you see, the fact that
we
you're
heard
calling
it.
me a
It's
pussy
the
really
scientific-
just
I wanna hear
blows your
your comeback.
credentials as doctors into the fucking toilet. I am not a pussy. I'm a,
He still
I'm a host.
he still can't do the comeback. He has
Maybe
failed
next
to do a comeback.
Yeah, well, if I'm a pussy, then you're an ass, a penis's ass.
Hey, here's a come front.